Hi, I'm doing a tag response for the awesome, fantastic Dave Nicholson, Axmoose. This is his last Saturday's tag, as per usual, 10 questions. Yeah. Moving on to number 1. What are some of your favourite movies? I like horror movies, more gore the better for me. I like destination films. I also like American Werewolf. I like American Werewolf Comes to London. I like all sorts of kinds of horror films. Yeah. Moving on. What kind of music are you into? Rock and roll. Jerry Lewis, Buddy Cochran, Bill Haley in the comments, all those sort of old type rock and roll. Yeah. Moving on. If you were going to write a book, what would you call it and what would it be about? If I was going to write a book, I would say I would actually do a ghost haunt kind of horror film with about 6 people in it. I would also have one of those 6 is the one that's actually killing other people, what's in the group. But I would actually call it Don't Trust Your Friend. That's what I would think anyway. Moving on. What one of the scariest things you've ever done? Scariest? I'm going to go with one of my ghost haunts. I knew this place was haunted, which I'm planning on going back again, but I went to this place on my own, me and the camera. I wanted to see for myself if it was. A lot of things happened that night, and if you have seen any of my ghost haunts, then you would know roughly which one I'm going to pick. I had cold spots. It was in the summer, it was warm, but the coldness, you had to actually be there to feel what it was like. Freezing cold. I wanted to move to get out of the coldness, but also I did not want to move. It was an experience I've never thought. I was touched. My dress was moving, but there was no wind. They were talking. And another part that I went to, I was hot. Hotter than the actual night. It was a sort of heat that you were sitting around a campfire for somebody tried to keep him warm. And it's supposed to have been where 3 royalist soldiers ran to after the patrol was all killed, and it was just the 3. But one of them was injured, and they lit a fire inside the church to keep warm because it was on a cold night. But when I've done this, It was a warm night. One place of the church was really, really cold. To indicate it was winter, move over to another spot and knew was very, very hot with the warmth of flames. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. What accomplishment are you most proud of? I am going to go again, my ghost haunts. I am proud what footage my cameras has picked up when I do my ghost haunts. When I'm on my own, or even when I'm with Stephen, you can hear what the camera has picked up of voices, footsteps, laughter. That is my accomplishment. Nothing to do with me, no trickery, no nothing. I do my ghost haunts purely to see if anything is there. No trickery. I don't believe in trickery, as you all well know. If it happens, it happens. If nothing happens, then it does not. That's the reason why I've called my ghost haunt Spirits Night Silence. There is or there is not. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Are you married? Not anymore. No. How did you meet your spouse, girlfriend or boyfriend? Alright, my first marriage, I met her at a rock and roll disco. At the time it was Jerry Lewis song and doing the twist and everything else. She was also just a little bit further. We met, I bought her a drink and we went out and blah 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 blah. Anyway, moving on. Do you think it's better to get married when you're young or better to wait a while? My first marriage, I was young. I was a boxer at the time. Had quite a few boxing fights, as you all know, because I've been talking about it quite a lot over the years. I had a chance of going to the Olympics, boxing Olympics, but I met her, she fell pregnant, and before I could get to the Olympics, I did the right thing. I married her because she was pregnant by my oldest son, and that was my boxing finished. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Do you have any kids? I have 7 children and 12 grandchildren. Yeah. Moving on to the last, number 10. Have you ever thought of adopting? No, I never ever have thought about adopting. The ones who adopt, they should feel very proud of themselves of doing so, because there is children out there who really needs a good family, and the way that they can progress on in life is have a nice decent family. I hold my hand up to anybody who wants to adopt. Yeah. Anyway, Dave, there's your 10 questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. God bless. Take care.